Hey guys, this is Captain Cuddles, and I'm going to go over a real quick guide to building and also falling. So, falling, what I normally like to do is place where I'm landing right underneath me. Kind of like you can see my character, and I'm landing in woods. So I'm placing it right underneath me. And I'm going to do a real quick cut and dry little building tutorial, and yeah. And once you land in a place enough times, you kind of know where you can just decide to drop and pull your chute. You know you're gonna be fine. I mean, I could have dropped a lot further away, but I also want to be able to look around and see if anybody else is there, which doesn't look like there is anybody. So that's pretty good news. But what we're gonna do real quick. If he does decide to show up, I can have something to shoot him up with. But so real quick, gonna be cut and dry building tutorial. Look at that type of wow, there's all. You have 4 building options. You have your wall, flat, you have a ramp, you have a pyramid. These are your 4 building options. Right, these are the 4 things you're going to use. So for the wall, real basic useful things you guys are going to use. Obviously doors, you can make them anywhere, in the middle, on either side. Alright, real easy. Other than that, you have windows. You can make 1 window, you can make 2 windows. Easy, right? See how I did that? There, take out the 1, makes the 1 big window. 2 edges, makes it 2 small windows. Alright. You can also make an upside down T, like so. Make an archway. Alright. Or you can do, for a quick escape, take out the 3 corners here, and you're gonna get something like this. Of course, there are other things that you can do. So you take 4 away, and you can make a half archway kind of like this. And then you could do something like this, I suppose, if you wanted to. But that's kind of fucking lame. I don't know why you would do that, in case you're trying to make something pretty. So yeah, that's pretty much all you're ever going to use for flats. For flat pieces, you can do something like this. So say we're up on top here. Let's do that real quick. Get up on top. You can have something like this. Something like this. I mean, you'll rarely edit flats. I mean, I hardly ever do. Or you can make a little wedge, like so. Barely ever use this. Not sure why you guys would. Kinda like other things that I never really use. You can make 2/4 wall or 2/3 walls, and you can make 1/3 walls. But again, it's something I'm not sure why you guys would ever do. Ramps are pretty important. So say you blocked yourself down a hallway, kind of like so, and you built up. Say there was a chest and a roof or whatever, and you built up, and you come back down, and you're like, shit, I still want to go down this hallway. What you can do, just make a line. It's going to build a ramp on this side. Keep in mind that you can do it on both sides, alright? And that where you draw the line on the editing square is where the staircase is going to be. So, you see how I drew it on the right side of the editing square? The staircase is going to be on that right side. So, other things you can do that I use sometimes is you make a little U like this, and it's going to make this little dandy thing. Alright? That's a little helpful thing that I do in rare cases. Now, another thing that I also do is change directions from where my ramp is. So, say like, for whatever reason, I'm in a fort like this, and I need to change directions on my ramp. You just take one of the arrows here, you see how there are arrows on the side, and you make like a little L. So, up and left. L. See what I mean, guys? See what I mean? So, kind of do one of those little doohickeys with a little L. So all you gotta do, you can change the direction of your ramp. Like super fucking helpful tools, guys. Super helpful tools. You use them a lot. Now, the other one is your pyramid. Pyramid, there's quite a bit you can do with this. Say, for example, you're in a little corner like this, and, you know, in the ramp, you only have, you know, basically one area you can look. You know what I'm saying? You got one area right in front of you. Well, what you can do with a pyramid is you raise 3 corners, and you got something like this, where you can look through on basically 3 sides. Your only real weakness is this far corner. That's going to be your only real weakness there. So that's definitely a real helpful strategy. Another thing you can do is by raising 2 sides. See, those 2 opposite sides are raised, these 2 sides close to me are lowered. This also turns into a ramp. So on Xbox, if you're not using the new Builder Pro layout, this can come in a ton, like, useful. It's really useful. I remember when I played on Xbox, you know, like the stairs are like that, the wall is right here, and the stairs are like 3 in. Well, if you just shift to the left one, you have your pyramid. So you can just preset this as your new ramp if you want to. Another thing you can do is by raising the side closest to you, you can make a little shield, kind of like this. I personally don't use this one very often, but I'm sure there are people that do. And another thing that I see a lot of players do, if you're a real passive player, you can build yourself inside of your pyramid and hide under. And believe it or not, this works pretty well. I've tested it out a few times. I had people run over me hundreds of times. Nobody even bothers to check and look. So that's the real quick editing thing, or real quick editing tutorial thing I was going to show you guys. But next I'm going to go into some building ideas, since I have time to do that. That circle placement somehow. So a lot of people will build up like a 1x1, and they like to snipe out of a 1x1. But when they do that, they do like, I don't know, some kind of crazy nonsense one, where it's like this. And, you know, they'll snipe out of a ramp like this, and, you know, boom, 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 kind of like this. But I saw this a couple days ago, and I was like, damn, this guy is on fire. Here's what he had. He was sniping out of something like this. You know, everybody expects you to be sniping at them from on top. This guy had this. Is what he had. And, you know, he was just sniping out the windows, and somebody would go to shoot at him, and he'd back down. He had somebody out in front of him right here. He'd just boom, boom, snipe, come down. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't have these windows, but he would just snipe, and then duck. Snipe, and then duck. Nobody ever, that makes him almost just so hard to fucking kill. Another thing is, say you're in a 1x1 like this, you're like, well, you're kind of blind from all sides, but what you can do is do something like this. Look how easy it is to see out there in the woods. I can see just everybody out there. You know, like, it's just so easy to see out there. If you just clear this, I mean, you don't even have to clear them all, you know? You just look right out there. So that's definitely a pretty decent, pretty cool building idea. Another one that I like to do, like this now, is something like this. Let's make a quick escape real quick. So anyways, I don't know why I did this. So anyways, another one that I've seen a lot. God, I'm running out of building materials. But, well, for the sake of whatever, normally I'd have them all around. Is something like this, where you can get like a bunch of really good angles, makes your head pretty hard to hit. You know what I mean? Gives you some pretty decent angles where it makes you difficult to hit, hide your body from a bunch of different angles. So that's another pretty common thing that I see a lot in people that build nowadays. But that's really it, guys, in terms of advanced building tools. some advanced building techniques. The main one that I can really show you guys is building up like a 1x1. And, well, I guess I can demonstrate that here in a little bit when I start. So anyways, 1x1s are a pretty popular thing that a lot of people do. So 1x1s is literally just, you know, this. This is literally just a 1x1. That's it. And it gives you, I guess, a decent amount of protection and gives you the right angle on guys. Makes you more difficult to hit. Just try to avoid building it 3 high. That can be kind of bad for you. Oh, hiding in a bush. How embarrassing. I'm probably gonna die though. Doesn't seem through the storm. Well, I guess I'm not gonna die. Oh look, 3 mats. And a scar. And I guess it's time to chug jug now. So anyways, I'm gonna basically show you this escape tactic in motion. So you know I hit under here to take this chug jug, and I'm literally gonna put into practice what I just showed you guys. Quick escape route, just hurry up, boom, hit those 3, and I'm good to go. Out and moving. So yeah. Oh, you can see this guy over here is built a 1x1. Again, pretty decent strategy, and I bet it's not a whole lot higher than 3. Like I was saying. Yep, looks like it's exactly 3. 2.5 maybe. So he's not going to take a bunch of fall damage if you get knocked. Because, you know, you build a structure 3 high, and 3 high if you fall, you don't take any damage. That's why normally people don't take it 3 high. If you take it 4, I think you lose 24 damage, something like that. 24, 25 damage or something. Yeah, about 20 damage. 19 damage on that one. But I'm not sure that was exactly 4 high. So that's why people try not to build it so high. But yeah, this was a real quick tutorial. Kind of showed you guys building techniques, put it into motion in a fight. Like you saw that guy do earlier, is he built a wall and a ramp. Which isn't a bad idea. I mean, it gives you height advantage, but it also leaves you unprotected on 3 of your sides. So if you do this, you better be pretty confident that you're going to end the fight quick, or that nobody's going to come up behind you. I mean, it's never a bad idea to build some extra walls, you know, that sort of thing, just for extra protection. And I mean, I've watched a lot of ninja streams, and what he always says, don't be a lazy player. You know, be really, you know, make sure, you know, if you have something like this, like say, for example, I wanted to heal real quick. You know, I don't want to build something like this and just heal just like this. You know, what if he has a grenade launcher? What if he throws a grenade up in here? You know what I mean? What if he launch pads? He can come right in here and fuck me up. So you know what you could do is you could build like a stair here, then you could build like, God, maybe a flat here, maybe I could have put a pyramid on top, you know, just put some fucking separation, you know what I mean, between you and the enemy. So, that's definitely something, you know, that would be a good thing for you to do, just to put some separation, you know, give yourself extra protection if you're gonna medkit or take something like that. Oh my goodness, well, he's getting a little frisky. Oh, and this guy's getting frisky too, dang. So I'm basically getting surrounded on a whole bunch of sides. I wish I could show you guys what I wanted to show you here. Sorry guys, I wanted to show you how to build up and get into his base, but fortunately just couldn't do it. So anyways. Real quick. You guys are in a pretty interesting situation. You have a guy that's up here in a 1x1, and you're basically, you don't have high ground, whatever. What I would do, what a lot of players do, not only me, is they build up like this, and then from here, they place a wall here, you know, put some separation between the guy in that 1x1. You know what I mean? I mean, I didn't necessarily have to come this high, but, you know, of course, the higher you are, the better. So if you guys saw what I did there, I'm going to run back through it right quick. You have the guy up here in this high ground, up here in this 1x1. He's got a high ground. You know, you're definitely at a disadvantage. So I placed a ramp here and a ramp here. Next, while I was against his structure, using his own structure against him, placed a ramp above me. This way he can't shoot down at me. So, kept building up and up and up, till I had high ground above him. From there, I built up into my own little base. So I made my own little base above him, and now I have high ground and can shoot down at him. So, that's a quick little building trick you guys can use for people in a 1x1. But, you know, there's a counter for every counter. It's just whether or not you're good enough to use it. I mean, once you see a guy doing this, I mean, naturally, the guy in the 1x1 could just start building with you, and then literally just do the exact same thing. So he's got high ground above you now, you know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a counter for a counter. And that's just how these big build fights happen. So, and basically it just ends with, you know, whoever's got high ground. So yeah, that's my quick little tutorial.